Hi there, welcome to the latest news and discussions within the Noah Presgrove case. I want to continue on from the breaking news as of last night with Justin Roy, that situation, looking more into the petition itself, what it's all about, and who supposedly has signed it, because I know there's a couple of people that were wanting to learn more about that. This is a part 2 because part 1 was long enough as a video. If you haven't seen part 1, I strongly advise you to watch it so you see the shocking outcome, shocking reactions, receipts, evidence, all kinds of wacky stuff going on, donation money in high amounts, dodgy private investigators supposedly, Justin Roy being suspended, others being silenced in between, certain families going rogue supposedly in the eyes of some. Be sure to catch up on that, right? Part 2, we're continuing on. If you do want to catch up on the previous coverage, where you see that eye symbol, hover top right corner of the screen right now, you'll find it, click on it, then you'll find that video and the full playlist if you want to catch up on other stuff. Big shout out to the individuals last night, such as Skeptical, Cleo of course, and if there was any other people in between, for big support on the channel last night. Very positive to see. Keep the momentum going with the focus and looking at all this. If you do want to leave your reactions, welcome to those that are in the live premiere. Let me know what you think on the right hand side where the live chat box is. And in general, if you're watching on catch up or you want to comment at the end of this video, let me know all your thoughts down below under this video in the comment section. You'll also find a pinned comment by me at the top with additional links if you do want to support this channel. So, with that being said, do we need to give much of a backstory? Not really. We're going to get straight into it right now and start with Facebook. Here we are. So, first of all, I came across this post, obviously related to Noah Presgrove on the Army page. I thought we might as well take a look at that first whilst we're here. Noah Presgrove's Army, Lelia Pinson. They say, I don't know why, but I have this overwhelming feeling that justice is coming soon, very soon. Well, I think before justice does come, there seems to be another wave of injustice for some people, maybe, with what's gone down recently. Let's see what the comments are all about. This time we'll do all so we don't miss anything. We've got Chaz saying, let's hope and pray for the best. Surely something will happen at some point, since it's been 1 year and Noah is now known worldwide. Take in mind, Chaz, for other cases out there, they're still ongoing. Dylan Brown's case took, nearly 3 years or so. It's problematic at times. What else do we have? Prayers, I feel it too. Several dreams. I feel my soul, justice is coming. Katie Brown says, let's continue praying. Okay, really hope so. But I think before justice comes, don't certain things need to be resolved? Let's get rid of that. So no trackers, which is obviously a positive to see. Hide the toolbar, just making it a bit easier to read. Should have done that at the start, but never mind. Sort to the newest not activity, it's the newest post, just so we find it. Of course, if you want to pause it or so, you can always do that, but I'm focusing more on a particular post, which should be further down here. There we go. This is by Michael Facecast. Some of you will know Michael. He was the individual that was talking about on Facebook of the supposed hidden recorded footage of the highway. But there's like 2 or 3 people that have got copies of the footage. And then there's one person with the original, but as for names, not been revealed. And it showed 4 people on the highway, one of which was removing Noah's black shorts. And Michael said it's been handed over to the FBI or one of the FBI officers. I mean, if that's really the case and the FBI hasn't stepped in yet, what does that really say? It's a little bit worrying, isn't it? Because as I said, if there's any major developments, then the FBI would step on in. And if that important critical evidence video footage has been passed over to FBI and have done nothing, or we've not heard anything publicly, So, I don't know if this is the same thing that's mentioned on the page. We could possibly, you know what we'll do? We'll read it. This might have been copied and pasted. So if people want to see it raw from where it originally came from, we'll head on over in just a second. But let's just see the comments, the reactions from people if anyone mentions what went down recently. We got Justin Roy there. Don't worry, we'll get to the description of all this, but it's on the other page, and I thought I'll do it from the horse's mouth, so just wait a moment. So, yeah, there we go, Justin Roy. Exactly. Not sure why this would be attacked the way it was. Social hosting is just another charge to the main charge and carries up to 5 years in prison with death involved. Guess what? There clearly was a death involved. Red flag. So Justin Roy is saying it can carry up to 5 years. That's what could happen to Avery Combs. But Ashley Chadwick, Noah's cousin, said it would only be a slap on the wrist if Avery's got a good attorney. Who's right? What Justin Roy says or what Ashley says? If it was true what Ashley said, I can understand why they wouldn't sign the petition, because it doesn't really do much. And some people have said, yeah, but it still gets them in trouble and it takes them away. But if it's only for a couple of hours, that's not going to save another life, is it? If you want the charges to be hard-hitting and for that true justice, you got to time it. You got to be confident that it will give a decent sentence length. Kind of like the Dylan Rounds case with certain evidence. We could proceed onwards because we've got a strong case for this with the evidence collected against Brenner, but nobody has been found up to a certain point, so you can't get the full justice. But once the body's found, then you can get a better charge, better sentencing, right? It's kind of like that within the Noah Presgrove case. You need cause of death to be truly revealed, a form of foul play to be reinforced, then possibly being able to link it back to Avery, party host, and those separate laws being broken, tie it all together as part of one case to get the best charges, which could be 5 years, if not beyond, with the other stuff. But not everybody sees eye to eye, certain family members don't. Let's just see what people have got to say. Sherry, why would the family not want this to happen? And Justin says, I have no idea. Very weird to me. Christy CE, no, they think it will just be a slap on the wrist charge. That's not true. With weapons and a death, that's a 5-year prison sentence. So could you say that Robin Smith and more so Ashley Chadwick are just very reluctant? They may think that Avery plays a role and is responsible and the alcohol situation is problematic, but they don't want to rush on in worry of it not leading to true justice and it being a slap on the wrist, and then what can you pin on to Avery then? So are some people just a bit more reluctant than others? Maybe. You know, if it truly was guaranteed a 5-year prison sentence, would that change the minds of Ashley Chadwick in signing it or not? George, most families in the same situation would want this, and the more attention, the better. It's weird to see the behaviour. Sherry, me too, because kids or not, they're responsible to an extent. Good language. I agree. Me either. This is all new to me. Tracy, that's one damn slap that so far none of them has ever got. Amy, if the family had a kick but attorney, they would know this. Right. Laura, not further down the total poll priorities is the first reason why we're here today. Local lawyer, question. I have no idea if they have one or not, but I hope they do. I would hope someone would do it pro bono. Well, Kathy Bingham has as a private investigator, and look how that's gone in the eyes of some people. Needs to be out the tower. Towner, no Terrell skeletons. Julie, I'm not sure, but I recently saw a post from BBC. BBC? Oh, you mean Brooke Bounds Carter. Julie saw a post by Brooke Bounds Carter threatening that if the bear gets poked, then they have stuff that Noah's family won't want coming out. No one knows what's going on behind closed doors, but seeing what these people are capable of, it might be possible. Also, did anyone consult with the family about the petition? I'd hope so. You're an absolute legend, being a voice for Noah and seeking justice. Okay. So what's this all about? Brooke Bounds Carter threatening the family that stuff you don't want coming out. What Noah's done in the past, or what certain Presgrove family members have done? It's like, if you're going to seek justice here, or you're going to pin the blame on Avery and sign that petition, then we're going to release things about you or your family or Noah which you don't want releasing. Sounds like a threat, of course. Is it a true one? Do they actually have stuff over the people? Does Ashley and Robin feel reluctant to sign because they don't want that stuff being released. It sounds really weird, doesn't it? Now, I don't know if Brooke Bounds Carter is present, but if you want to give your backstory behind this, feel free to do so. This is only being said by a supposed witness. I've not actually seen the comment by Brooke Bounds Carter. I don't know where it's from. I don't know when it happened. Well, this person says recently, but it depends if it was posted recently or just seen recently by Julie. And where was it from? Sofa Sleuths? It'd be nice to know more. What do we have here? Oh, shit. Oh shit, here we go. It's actually there. Shout out to Justin Roy for getting a hold of it. Everybody hold your horses. Let's see what this is all about. Justin Roy, yes, this was very odd. Very threatening as well. But I'm sorry, there's nothing Noah could have done that warranted his death. Nothing. So for her to say this is very vile, very evil in my opinion, it also tells me that she knows what happened to Noah. Noah wanted to go home for a reason. I think he knew something was up in my opinion. But I'm sure some way, somehow, they will make all of it just look like an accident. Here we go. Everybody focus on in. This was by Brooke Bounds Carter, maybe on the Sofa Sleuth group, I'm not too sure. 2 hours ago, give or take a day or so, depending on the time zone of it all happening, but this is very recent from the looks of it. Brooke Bounds Carter says, you don't think she doesn't have as much to lose? You don't think she doesn't have as much to lose? Who is she? You mean Avery Combs? Let's take a step back. What if the kids of hers or close to her truly didn't have anything to do with it? Right, so Brooke Bounds Carter is referring to Stevie Howard, the mother, and the daughters Avery and Carter. Interesting. Brooke says, y'all are dragging them through the fire. I think Stevie is handling it a hell of a lot better than I would. She has lost a child. You think her heart doesn't break for Noah? He was extremely close with them. She wouldn't wish that on anyone. She wouldn't wish it on anyone, the death which Noah went through, but she will clearly say that if she was responsible with some other parents, that she would have done a better job at disposing of Noah's body. It kind of cancels it out, right? Brooke says she wants this case solved as much as the family does, but they're not seeing eye to eye, and they're calling out Caden Pressey. So there's not enough cooperation there, is there? There is a hell of a lot more information on this case, and the family that isn't being said out of respect for the family, I would back off. You push a mama bear so far in a corner and she won't have anything to do but start swinging back. And when I say she has stuff that I assure you Noah's family doesn't want to come out, I would just keep my mouth shut. Ho ho. Very threatening language. We need to analyse this bit by bit. For everyone watching right now and those lurking in the background, focus on in. Because it's been some time since we've seen threatening comments, you know. It's interesting how Brooke says, Stevie Howard does a better job than I do when dealing with this. Well, how would Brooke react then? Because Stevie Howard has shown threatening behaviour, has mocked certain people. So what would Brooke do in this case? Well, let's start from the top. You don't think she doesn't have as much to lose? I'm guessing that means you don't think that Stevie Howard doesn't have much to lose? Oh, in the sense that if Stevie Howard didn't have anything left, or as much, or she had to defend herself, go in attack mode, and take other people down with her, and there's supposedly dirt on the Presgrove family, from how it's worded here? Brooke says, what if the kids of hers are close to her? What if the kids of hers are close to her? Well, there will be, because mother and daughters, they normally are close. A bit weird. Truly didn't have anything to do with it. So basically, Brooke is giving a scenario, not even a level of confidence, but what if the party goers, what if the daughters had nothing to do with it? You're still dragging them through fire? It does come down to how they've presented themselves. Because let's not forget Brooke Bounds Carter, it was Carter Combs that said, to remember the general public, I'm going to beat the effing shit out of you. Really threatening language, isn't it? Not exactly necessary. Now you could say the other person was asking for it, but at the end of the day, especially when you're involved in a case which involves the death of someone and a brutal outcome of them, to say elsewhere that you're going to beat someone up, it doesn't make you look like a good person. You sound violent, you sound aggressive, and it's not just Carter Combs. Seen it with Stevie Howard with her threatening language. You're next. If we were responsible, we would have disposed of Noah better. We've seen it with Colton Newton, brother to Jack. I think the older brother, Colton, who said, if you don't stop reaching out to Stephanie Milan, you keep on going, then I'm going to come after you. What is it with all this threatening language? It just keeps building and building. And now we've got Brooke saying on behalf of Stevie, Brooke is a long-time friend to Stevie, seen as family, even though not by blood. Brooke is saying that I would back off if I was you. Don't push Stevie, because she does have a breaking point. And depending what she's got to lose, she might pull a certain card out of her sleeve. And it could take other people down with him. Yeah. Really interesting, that. But for Brooke to say, I think Stevie Howard is handling the situation very well compared to myself, I'd say Stevie Howard hasn't handled it that well at all. I mean, there's been other people that have been attacked and have handled themselves better. I've been attacked in general. I've been accused of many things with time. I've been accused of being a trafficker. I've been accused of doxing a person's ginger cat from the Dylan Rouse case. Absolutely pathetic excuse of a human over there. I also have been discredited for my coverage on cases. I've also been threatened on and off in all different ways. Weird cryptic messages, codes over time, people coming after me, people watching over me or something, all kinds of stuff, and it's all documented on my channel. Yet here I am, still here, same behaviour, same procedure. I've controlled and handled myself a lot better than most of these people have. And, you know, some could say, well, this is more serious than ever. It's not a competition at the end of the day. You face resistance, you get attacked, it doesn't matter. It's how you react to it, and not everyone can react the same way, and it's understandable, but, you know, the way Stevie Howard has responded back to people, threatening language, threatening behaviour, mocking individuals, interpreted by some attacking and gaslighting Caden Pressey along with his sister Sarah Long, and Brooke says that Stevie's done a better job than she would? What the hell is Brooke Bounds Carter capable of then? It's okay saying I would back off and keep away from Stevie Howard and don't push her too much. But if Brooke Bounds Carter said she couldn't handle the situation as good as Stevie, then what can Brooke Bounds Carter do then? I'm interested. Now, Brooke Bounds Carter has, you know, interacted on the YouTube channel comment section, which is good. If Brooke wants to clear things up or set the record straight, feel free to do so down below. That's if people are watching. So, yeah. What else do we have? She has lost a child. So I think I've heard about that in the past, but is that to do with losing her own child or losing a person close to her heart, such as Noah? I'm not sure how that's exactly worded there, because I heard some people in the chat online where they were talking about how Stevie Howard had a child, an actual child by blood, and lost it, which of course is very unfortunate. So if Stevie was close to Noah and saw her have a child of her own, and then Noah's lost as well, you could see how it could impact Stevie Howard. But personally, I didn't think that Noah Presgrove was that close to Stevie Howard, unless it's true with what Brooke Bounds Carter says here, which would then further raise question behind certain people's ideas of, was Stevie Howard trying to get with Noah in an intimate way? People were pushing that theory at some point. I didn't believe in it personally, but the bit about here, about her heart breaks for Noah, and he was extremely close with them. Extremely close. Is that an exaggeration or literal? Being extremely close to someone, does that mean being intimate as well? Makes you think, doesn't it? Now, take in mind, Noah would have been close to him to an extent if Noah was with Avery at some point in the past, ever getting close to the mother, Stevie. I don't know personally, but some people believe that is the case. Let me know your thoughts down below. But it's interesting how Brooke says, Stevie Howard wouldn't wish death on anyone. But she does say herself that if she was responsible for the death of someone, she would do a better job at disposing of the body, and that's a fact. Why would you even say that? How would you even know that you're good at disposing of a body if you've never done it before? Oh wait, have you? It's one of the worst things you can say because it really digs you into a hole. Stevie Howard wants this case solved as much as the family. Well, if that's the case, then why hasn't there been true cooperation communication? Why has it led to certain people being blocked from pages and family-run pages heavily moderating it, and even the likes of the Presgrove Army getting to the point of having to make their page private because family and those with default accounts are seeking out and causing disruption and trouble, which may or may not be Stevie Howard. You know, if Stevie Howard wants the case solved, there should be better communication in the background, I guess, instead of her stories changing, instead of the poor sentence structuring, instead of Stevie Howard stating that, oh yeah, when it came to Monday morning, I wasn't there at the party house, I was out of town, possibly Texas. But then someone like Becky or another adult that was at the party house 7, 8 in the morning onwards said that Stevie Howard was present. Well, either Stevie was or she wasn't, and yet Stevie's saying I wasn't down there. So that would imply that Stevie could be lying because a witness at the party house said that Stevie was there. Why would Stevie need to lie about that? Right? You want the case solved, you wouldn't be lying. You want the case solved, you'd have better consistency in telling stuff. You want the case solved, you wouldn't be mocking or attacking anyone. You can respond back to resistance in different ways. Like, how could you say that, you impetuous fool? You need to listen. You need to look, listen, learn, simmer down, cretin, wretched dog. You know, things like that. That's normal, right? But I've seen it where Stevie's got defensive or said to someone that you're next, and it's like, well, what was the actual context of it all? Was that person attacking you? Some of it wasn't. Even like Caden Pressey, when Caden Pressey did his interview and he was speaking out, telling his side of the story, which may be different to others, Sarah Long, Stevie Howard wasn't too happy with and kind of gaslight him, as some interpreted, and as some interpreted, mocked him as well. And Caden felt under attack by it himself, as he said. At the end of the day, when Caden was telling his side of the story, he said nothing bad about Jack. He said he didn't want to. So there's a level of respect there. He said nothing bad about Avery. He didn't really say anything bad about anyone. So there's that. Caden didn't say anything negative about Stevie Howard or Sarah Long, and yet Caden still got attacked for it. It wasn't warranted. Could have been handled better, maybe even in the background. It just didn't happen though. So to say that Stevie Howard has handled it well, don't think so. To say that Stevie Howard wants the case to be solved, doesn't look like it, because Stevie Howard is adamant and in a bit of a delusional sense that it's a hit and run, nothing more, nothing less, that's all it is. Yet the police have ruled it out. Why did the police rule it out then? Is Stevie Howard so convinced it's a hit and run, or does she want it? Does she hope it's a hit and run because she doesn't want to believe that it could be someone else, someone she knows of? Okay, maybe. There's a hell of a lot more information on this case and the family that isn't being said out of respect for the family. Right, so the family that isn't being said, what, the Presgrove family or a different family? People are interpreting this as Noah Presgrove's family. The actual family name isn't mentioned here because it's out of respect, but which actual family is it talking about? Presgrove family? Caden Pressey family? I might have to be careful how I word the title of my video. We'll just see. Oh no, it says Noah family. Yeah. Wait, what the hell? Why did I say there is a lot of info on this case and that the family that's been said, out of respect for the family, not going to really say, but you need to back off. If you push Stevie Howard into a corner, she won't have anything to do but start swinging back. And I assure you, Noah Presgrove's family doesn't want certain things to come out because, okay, keep my mouth shut. Yeah, this is really weird to say. If you care about a case, if you care about you want the case solved, why are you withholding information then? And why are you not releasing it? Is it because it's relevant to the case or not? If it's not relevant, then why does it need to be used in this? Is it a mudslinging contest, airing people's dirty laundry? Is this used as like a defense mechanism of, you keep pushing, we're going to reveal all other things about you? And what could it be about? I mean, it's not just Brooke Bounds Carter saying stuff like this. It was recently where Ashley Chadwick, I think, or Robin Smith was saying how we've had all kinds of chaos and hell going on in the background with the likes of Justin Roy. I saw another comment by him where they were saying how partners in true crime as well, the YouTube channel, have told Justin Roy to back off, and police have told him, and investigators have told Justin Roy to back off. All kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes from what some of the family members said about Justin Roy. Doesn't sound too good, but has it been provided as proof and evidence publicly? No. Will it ever be? Who knows? Will it happen here with Brooke Bounds Carter and Stevie Howard situation? Or is it like a bluffing or something? Is there a form of doubt? Is it like a threat, an empty one? Or could there be like some kind of substance behind it which could put people in the shits? Highlight negatives with families, Presgrove families specifically. Is that why in recent time Ashley Chadwick and Robin Smith have backed off? Why they've kind of pushed Justin Roy away? Why they've not signed a petition? You can interpret it as certain Presgrove family members are trying to protect Avery so Avery doesn't get in trouble for the social host laws being broken, because Brooke Bounds Carter saying here that Stevie Howard has already lost enough that if anything else happens, innocent or not, you might lose another daughter, and she'll have no choice but to fight back and reveal darkness of the Presgrove family. And Ashley and Robin are aware of that, so that's why they've not signed a petition, why they've pushed away Justin Roy. They're scared by what Brooke Bounds Carter says. Is that what's happening now? Are families at war? Are communities at war? It seems like a Mexican standoff, just like the Dylan Rounds case. Now, this is raw, this is in the moment, but I'm just going to give you my thoughts. You got the Brooke Bounds Carter, you got the Stevie Howards, those group of people, family and family by blood or family by friends, who could possibly be at war with some of the Presgrove, the Presgrove family. But then you got some of the Presgrove family that may be intimidated by the Brooke Bounds Carters, the Stevie Howards, but at war with Justin Roy. And then Justin Roy is just completely clueless and thinking, where's this all come from? What's caused this? Now, I don't know what order I'll do my video in, but maybe I'll do this as the next video. I found a possible pattern behind all this as to why it's all happened, possibly, and other things going on. Be on the lookout for that video. I'll get to that sometime. But right now, when looking at this is quite concerning. If it is really true, and it might be hard to believe, but if it really is true, what does that mean for the Presgrove family? Does that have any significance to why Noah died? Maybe not. And if it doesn't have any significance, why does it need to be used in this case? Just a matter of, if you attack me, if you push me, I'll fight back. I care about the case, I care about justice for Noah, but I care more about defending my image and attacking other people. That's what it sounds like. Is there any more responses? Julie says, wholeheartedly agree. I didn't know Noah, but I would love to have seen such a lovely person. What happened to him? Very right that he knew something was up and wanted to get out of there. Bless his heart. Oh, you think he wanted to get out of there and he wasn't able? Interesting. Jay, I agree. Seem to want to take advice from people who deal with these types of situations. Lilia, had that been my kid family member, my ass wouldn't give, 2 flying beeps. My little demon skeletons in the closet would just have to be known by the world. I'd seek justice no matter what it cost me. If my character name became tarnished, oh, the F, well, maybe my ass shouldn't have done what I did to have those skeletons. Just my most humble opinion. Family first. Okay. So how many skeletons does the Presgrove family have in their wardrobes or closets, whichever one you refer it to? Is it that bad enough that certain family members will turn on Justin Roy and not sign a petition, or is that completely unrelated? What else do you have? Gayla. Always being the Ashley show, the family should tell her to shut her mouth. It isn't her place to make all the decisions. Been about her since day one, embarrassing. Really? Justin says control issues, I personally think, yet she's too busy with her life to actually do anything. We've seen that pattern of controlling behaviour in the Dylan Rounds case. Once again, another link. Take that in mind. Get on your notebooks, skeptical. More links. But is it true? Is it true that Ashley has been in control since day one, running her mouth? I've not been here since day one, so I wouldn't know. Eye-opening things going on. Tiffany, whilst I think there is further down the totem pole of priorities, it's still absolutely a priority to be attacked by Ashley. The way it's been is just mind-boggling. You don't enlist the public's help and support only to turn around and shut it down at every turn. If you didn't want our help, you shouldn't have asked for it in the first place. It was like that with the Dylan Rouse case, people's responses with that. Paula, my opinion kind of appears that it's a controlling thing with her. What, Ashley? Oh, God, it doesn't sound too good. Robin, that's exactly what I was thinking. Tiffany, I completely agree, and this was actually called months ago, and when the events occurred that prompted this page going private. What, by who, though? Kind of appears controlling. So you're saying that because of Ashley's behaviour, that's the reason why the page went private, Noah Presgrove's army? I thought the reason why it went private is because of the likes of the Stevie Howards and other people and the fake accounts. Okay. Right. I agree with you. Get off the damn pot. It's like y'all kissing their asses. Yes, even partners in true crime went dark now. It's as if the family don't want much attention to the case all of a sudden. Ooh, hold your horses, Patricia. You're getting ahead of me with my video ideas. I'll be doing that soon or so. I think it needs to be a separate one. Sherry says this would at least get the ball rolling in Noah's favour, the petition, and hopefully get one of those kids to talk. In my opinion, the party host, the foundation of this horrific crime. Fair enough. Then whomever it was caught with Caleb Newton in the compromising situation. Do we have proof of that, though? And which compromising situation? You are plenty old enough to know he is a married man, and being intoxicated is absolutely no excuse for your actions. Noah Presgrove was standing up for you what was right, and you cost him his life. Noah was about living right. Right, I don't know. CN, Caleb Newton, Colton Newton, compromising situation. Is it elaborated? What do we have down here? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a little bit blurry. Jasmine Kelly, disgusting. Your son gets to enjoy food knowing exactly what's happened to Noah Presgrove. Avery Combs responds, yeah, and the father and son both sleep with Combs' girls. What? What? Avery Combs? What, the real Avery Combs saying, and yeah, the father Caleb and the son Jack both sleep with Carter Combs and Avery Combs. Now, if that's really Avery Combs with that comment, then it's probably going to be said in a sarcastic tone, but it does no favours whatsoever to Avery herself by admitting that Caleb sleeps with her, right? At the party, for example, and Jack sleeps with Carter. Yeah, it just sounds really dodgy, that. I mean, some people would believe in it and think, oh my God, Avery is actually admitting to sleeping with Caleb, the father of Jack. But I think there's a possibility that Avery is being very sarcastic here. But it doesn't help, does it? What else do we have? Jasmine, disgusting. Your son gets to enjoy food knowing exactly what's happened. I don't know why it's like repeated twice there. Father and son both, yeah. Close that down. What else do we have? What's this one all about? Okay, I think that's just a repeat. It's kind of hard to see, but it appears to be a repeat of what we saw anyway. Oh, there's Tammy. Tammy Bingham. Is this person related to Kathy Bingham or not? Not too sure. But Tammy says, but you can only charge someone once for a crime. Just a what if there is a case and the whole case is blown. There are lots of cases that are waiting on some kind of hard evidence to get the ball rolling. I think this is the case here. Sherry says that would be up to the judge to decide, as there are prior cases similar to Noah's which have been retired and it didn't fall under double jeopardy. There we go, Michael. You don't need to charge the other serious charges, just social hosting by itself. That's it for that. Even if the family does not pursue charges, the state of Oklahoma could and should. Absolutely. So if it turned out that Avery did get in trouble, and if it turned out that it was 5 years, Would the likes of Ashley Chadwick and Robin Smith be surprised and actually positive about it? Or would they be thinking, oh shit, this could now link to Brooke Bounds Carter or Stevie Howard saying we're going to release dirt on the family in a negative way of the Presgroves? I wonder. Anyway, Tracy. And wasn't Noah emancipated so really so no family would have control over him or this? Delava. Thank you, that's what it's all about, preventing a similar tragedy. Yes, he was. I'm not sure of Oklahoma. Okay. Public has the right to expect fair and thorough investigations. Close that down. In my opinion about the law and Noah's right, since when does a family get to decide punishment or if something is to be done or not? Kind of feels like another case. Child is accidentally killed. Family lets it go and doesn't push for charges. That little girl deserved more. This sounds like T is indirectly referring to Warwicker Lake, the boating accident in which a 7-year-old girl fell into the water, which Caleb Newton was driving, operating at the time under the influence of alcohol. 7-year-old girl made contact with the propeller and died. The family supposedly didn't push for anything, was still friends with Caleb afterwards, and also got a payout of $100,000 supposedly. Doesn't sound too good, does that? Anyway, stepping back, going silent, accidental deaths just keep happening. Perhaps if those responsible were prosecuted and didn't just pay for the crimes, then these accidents would stop. Maybe. Tiffany, I think it's very telling that a note was added to the top of the petition that certain family members are in full support of the petition. Well, we'll be taking a look at that officially shortly. Petition was started May 19th. Why wait 3 months to say they don't support it? That's weird. Yeah. What do we have here? Michael, they allowed it to be published on the Justice for Noah page when I first created it. Now it's deleted. Wow. So a sudden turnaround. From some of the post screenshots from Brooke Bounds Carter, it sounds like they may be getting blackmailed, pressured by certain families to not support it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We got the link showing up now. Damn. You know when I said I was going to do a separate video? No. I think this will be an all-in-one video by now because it's already coming out, isn't it? This is crazy. Could this explain why Justin Roy has, in a way, been attacked by certain family members because they feel threatened by the presence of Brooke's comment and Stevie Howard's presence because there's dirt on them, so they've got to change up and change behaviour? Well, we've seen it within the Dylan Rounds case on a smaller scale, how people have changed in behaviour, how people suddenly do a U-turn and support a different creator channel, even if it is toxic and bad and dangerous, because they're under their spell, right? Saw it with the Shack lady supporting Salty Pancakes, same with Kaylee. Shack lady supporting Jim Terry, private investigator, switching sides back and forth, then eventually siding with Salty Pancakes because supposedly Salty Pancakes had information and sensitive details over Shack lady. So Shack lady was like a slave to the master. So you get how it goes. Could that be happening here? Makes you think. Charlene says they probably didn't think the petition would go anywhere, but now that it's over 4,000 signatures, it's scaring some people. Michael, funny thing is, since Ashley Chadwick's video, the petition has started getting more traction. 18 new people donated to help boost the petition. Oh, okay. Interesting. Chain reaction. Christina, so is Ashley Chadwick the only one that doesn't want to pursue this? And Robin Smith. So Ashley Chadwick and Robin Smith, the cousin and aunt of Noah, don't want to sign the petition, may feel threatened by the presence of Brooke Bounds Carter's comment and more, but then the rest are okay. Okay, interesting. Justin Roy says, how in the world would someone think this is a bad thing? That absolutely makes no sense. You should want every single charge on them as possible. This would just be a stepping stone to bigger charges. It's not the final charge. Social hosting party literally cost Noah's his life. Fact. Social hosting with weapons and a death is minimal 5 years. Add on to whatever else charges may come out. Very shocking. Okay, just did more replies. Shout out to Sheree Divinity. I think that they comment on my channel as well. That's good. Sheree says, are they afraid? I just don't get it. Something definitely is going on. And you can see there, once again, with Brooke Bounds Carter, I would back off if I was you. You push Stevie Howard into a corner and she won't have anything to do but start swinging back. And I say, she has stuff that I assure you Noah's family doesn't want to come out. Doesn't sound too good, that. Sheree says, when I first read that, I took it to mean they had something on Noah that his family would be embarrassed about. But it does sound like a threat that if they push this and come after Stevie's cubs, then they'll release the dirt they have on someone in Noah's family, and they could get in trouble, maybe, and they don't want that. So they've got to back off. Laura says, I saw it earlier too, and you're exactly right, but let those chips fall. They ain't Noah's chips, people. Noah was a success, was on his way up from small town Hellsville to be the best version of himself. People have said that Noah joined the military or wanted to get out of the place, to run away. Who knows? Leia, as I stated above to someone else, had that been Mike, okay, yeah, we've seen all that. Sounded a little bit off, blackmail-ish, blackmail. Possibly Laura, concur. Noah will have lost his life to fade away to appease their asses. Laura, I think you're right, so solving Noah's case boils down to has the most skeletons, so let that be. Okay. This could also be being said as intimidation tactics. I wouldn't care. I mean, if it's intimidation tactics and they haven't got much weight behind what they say, but for certain families to possibly be intimidated by it, normally there's no reason to be intimidated if you've done nothing wrong. When you are intimidated and they say that they've got stuff on you, then you will probably start thinking. Anyway. Laura, yes, they're friendly reminders to shut the blank up. Remember, we hold your cards, also known body count. If we go down, you go down. Friendly reminders. What does that mean? We know we hold your cards, also known as body count. Body count in which way? People you killed, amount, or people you slept with? Jamie, nothing could be worse than their dirt, and to threaten to air out Noah's dirty laundry when he was supposed to be the friend, and when they're responsible for the death doesn't get any lower, more disgusting. True. Because it kind of is a contradiction with Stevie Howard and Brooke Bounds Carter. If they care about Noah, they care about the case and they want it to be solved, but they care more about airing dirty laundry. What does that say? Not a good look. But, well, we'll get to that later. Sherry, I'm guessing that's what Ashley was referring to when she said everything is chaotic behind the scenes. Makes me wish I knew the truth. I'd plaster it everywhere. I could not put my past over the murder of family member. Laura, oh no, not this. That's impossible. They can't do that because he doesn't have any. We're products of our raising, good or bad. It shapes us. Okay. Ken's. Who the hell's Ken's victimology, proclivity, spiel, and Noah's drinking, maybe, to numb what hasn't come to terms with yet. There's a lot. He's headed in the right direction to make big changes for the future. Did someone say ML took part? Who is ML? Don't know. Laura, in my opinion, yes. Look one by one in Noah's inner circle because there is your answers again. I have no outside source. So Noah's family should trade their good cub for her two other cubs. Sometimes more than it. Okay. Jamie, I do not believe Noah has any dirt. His family would care. It was exposed. I believe like everything that comes with these people is just a malicious lie to paint Noah in a negative light and to make the family believe that they have information on him that they wouldn't have made public in order to try to silence the family or prevent them from seeking justice and legal action against them. Michael says, I think the threats is to do with dirt on Ashley and Robin from my understanding, but I don't know for sure. Okay. Lafrida, I watched the video yesterday and I was shocked at the way you were talked to when you commented on it. Then the shock went into anger because you have busted your ass to bring awareness and you've asked the hard questions that need answers. I thought she had no right at all to speak to you that way she did. This is about getting truth and justice. Jodie, I agree it's bizarre. The way Robin spoke to the person who donated a bunch of money to hire PIs was also out of line in my opinion. Lashing out at people who are trying to help could be part of their grieving process, I guess. I mean, in that situation, what Robin should have just said was, we were unaware of who donated the money because it was anonymous, so we couldn't give a shout out or appreciation towards them. That's a fair point. But then the other stuff mentioned maybe not needed. Afraid I could be very well part of the grieving process, but still didn't make it right. Justin has done a lot. I hear you. Yeah, people basically agreeing. A lot of comments. Crystal, can you please make this post shareable? Katie, Are the damn guilty parties trying to pay Noah's family off? Just a question. Something not right in the situation. Is it going to be like Caleb Newton boat accident that insurance paid the family off and no charges? My gut has that feeling something not right, and I'm sure hope I'm wrong. Oh God, that would be a bad repeat, wouldn't it? Not good at all. So, some shocking stuff here by Brooke Bounds Carter. Another individual, a new person now showing threatening language on behalf of Stevie Howard. Wow. So, let's focus in on the petition up close so you can see what it looks like and where it's at. So here it is. This is actually on change.org, a well-known place where all kinds of petitions go on from, I guess, all around the world. I guess what happens is with change.org is set up a petition, get a certain amount of signatures, then that could be sent out to higher ups, those in power in a certain district, area, country, place, whatever. I've not really participated in one before, but you know, the change.org petitions, some can be successful, others not so much. Like in the UK, there's been constant petitions about this and that, thousands, hundreds of thousands of signatures, and then it was taken to Parliament and then it was just ruled out. So it's not always a positive. Urgent call for investigation and charges against adults hosting dangerous party started 19th of May 2024. So kind of recent-ish. Petition to the FBI. So does that mean that this petition, if it reaches its goal, it'll be sent over to the FBI to look into? Is that what it means? 90 people have signed it this week. The goal, or the next goal, is 5,000. It'll probably get to that. Top supporters, some videos there by some individuals. This was started by concerned citizens. Why this petition matters, we'll read it now. Demands an immediate investigation, legal action against adults responsible like Avery Combs, party host, for hosting a perilous party that endangered lives and resulted in a fatality of Noah Presgrove. We must hold these individuals accountable to prevent future incidents and ensure community safety. Your signature can make a significant impact. Stand with us in seeking justice and protecting our community. Quick question. Does anyone think that there'll be another death coming this September 4th, when it's Avery Combs' birthday and she has another party? Will there be another death of someone? It'd be weird. Summary. September 2023, dangerous party hosted by adults in Terrell, Oklahoma. Hosted by adults, more than one person. Well, really, the party host was Avery Combs, 22 at the time. The host, the birthday girl. Anyway, in Oklahoma, resulted in the death of Noah Presgrove despite overwhelming evidence, including witness testimonies, photographic proof. Law enforcement has yet to take any action. Negligence has left the victims without justice and the perpetrators unaccountable. Timeline of events show clear disregard for evidence and inconsistencies in the investigation. Your signature can push for the necessary investigation and charges to ensure such recklessness is addressed. Now, is there anything to mention here? I find it interesting how they say that there's overwhelming evidence, witness testimonies, photographic proof. For what exactly? The social hosting laws that have been broken, or who's responsible for the death of Noah? It doesn't directly say. Anyway, more details about the case on Facebook. There's some links there about additional bits and bobs. Full Load Podcast, Body Bags, Daily Mail, Petition. Petition to Jefferson County Sheriff, District Attorney, RSBI, Oklahoma Highway Patrol, and Oklahoma State Attorney General, Justice of Noah Presgrove. Okay. Subject, urgent call. Petition summary. We, the undersigned, are deeply concerned citizens of Jefferson County and beyond, writing to urge Jefferson County Sheriff, District Attorney, OSBI, and Oklahoma State Attorney General to thoroughly investigate and bring charges against the adults who hosted a dangerous 4-day party where alcohol was provided to minors. Firearms were present and Noah Presgrove tragically lost his life under suspicious circumstances. But even though it's a 4-day party, we only hear about Sunday and Monday. Friday, never talked about. Saturday, kind of neglected. Unfortunate, isn't it? When did the alcohol really roll in and show up? Friday? Or Saturday? Or Sunday? When did it really kick in, the alcohol? Background. Provision of alcohol to minors. During the 4-day party, the hosting adults provided alcohol to minors in clear violation of Oklahoma sexual laws. This act is irresponsibility, not only broke the law, but created an environment conducive to potential violence and harm. presence of firearms. Photos and videos from the party attendees depict the presence of firearms. Such an environment where alcohol and firearms are combined greatly increases the risk of fatal accident and fatal incidents. Yep. Suspicious death of Noah Presgrove. Noah Presgrove's body was found on the highway, yet multiple witnesses claim he was last seen alive at the party. There are videos that exist showing Noah at the party post property during the party. Evidence suggests that Noah may have died on the property and his body was moved post-mortem. So on the highway, for example. Tampering with evidence. It's been reported that an adult removed all firearms from the property before authorities discovered Noah's body. That is Renee Millan, the mother to Jasmine Millan, from what the witness Caden Pressey said at the time, which was where Renee Millan arrived at 6:30 and then by 7 left with firearms, passed them on to Caleb Newton. Probably should have been left as it was. Bit dodgy, isn't it? This action appears to be an attempt to obstruct justice and avoid liability under Oklahoma's social host laws, which are accountable for the crimes committed during the event. So it's not just all about Avery being responsible for the party host, the distribution of alcohol and buying it and serving it to underage people, but Renee Millan, the mother, a separate person, taking firearms away, harming the scene, possibly, taking away possible evidence. Legal framework. Oklahoma social host laws. This law holds individuals accountable if they provide alcohol to minors for any crimes committed as a result. Tampering with evidence, removing potential evidence from a crime scene is a serious offence and hinders the investigation process. And to be honest, when it comes to removing potential evidence from a crime scene, such as the shorts, as we've seen and heard, from what Caden saw compared to what Tyler Hardy saw afterwards, are demands for investigation. We call for a comprehensive investigation into the events leading up to and following the Noah Presgrove's death. Witness testimonies. All witnesses who have come forward with claims about the party should be interviewed and video photographic evidence should be thoroughly reviewed, if it is available. Charges against responsible adults. The adults who hosted the party provided alcohol to the minors and possibly tampered with evidence should be charged under the relevant statutes. Justice for Noah Presgrove. It's imperative that Noah's death is investigated with the utmost diligence and transparency to ensure justice is served. Conclusion. Tragic death of Noah Presgrove under suspicious circumstances at a party where laws were blatantly disregarded cannot be ignored. We urge Jefferson County Sheriff District Attorney, OSBI, Oklahoma Highway Patrol, and Oklahoma State Attorney General to act swiftly and decisively in investigating these serious allegations, bringing those responsible to justice will not only honour for Noah's memory, but also send clear messages to such reckless and unlawful behaviour and will not be tolerated in our community. There we go. We appreciate your immediate attention to the grave matter and trust you will take the necessary actions to uphold, protect the community. Okay, what else do we have here? Petition will be circulated both online and physical format, gather as many signatures as possible. Share the petition with your friends, family, community members to ensure justice is served to Noah Presgrove. By signing this petition, we collectively demand justice for Noah Presgrove and accountability for those responsible for hosting donors in the legal party. If you wonder why I'm talking fast, it's because of timing. The video's, a bit long, just taking it into mind. And I just wanted to demonstrate to you how fast I can talk. If people were saying that I talk too slow, you get an idea of why I don't talk fast. And if you do need to pause the video to look at it all, you can. Jeremy Wilson, Jeremiah, the main guy, isn't he? Okay. And that's just some other bits and bobs. Media mentions, Robin Smith mention. Petition continued. There we go. This was the banner 1 day ago. 4,000 supporters. We're making waves, big waves. Oh, is that Alicia Lee? I don't know. A vital witness in Noah's case could be facing legal challenges and can all help you can get. Caden Pressey, one of Noah's friends prior to the passing, has come forward with key evidence. That's 3 months ago, so you see how time's passed by since quite quickly. Who are these people? Full Load podcast to have bombshell guests regarding Noah Presgrove today. Has the Full Load podcast done any more videos since? Who are these people? I don't know. But let's look at the latest one. 1 day ago. 5 Presgroves from Oklahoma, including Noah's brother, Dalen Presgrove, sister, Madison Rawlings, uncle, and cousins support this petition. Public statement regarding the petition for social hosting charges in response to recent concerns about the petition seeking social hosting charges against the host of the party that led to Noah's death. I wish to clarify the purpose and intent. Do we have any more of this? Post behind this. The goal is not to pursue these charges as the final resolution, but rather as a strategic means to end a way to compel cooperation, transparency, and ultimately to uncover the full truth of what happened. So it's like a beginning, an icebreaker. I understand that. Oklahoma's social hosting law is not a mere slap on the wrist, as Ashley Chadwick states, one of the cousins of Noah. It carries serious consequences, including a potential penalty of up to 5 years in prison when a death results from the offence. This is far from the hours in jail that some have suggested. It is a significant legal measure designed to hold individuals accountable for knowingly allowing underage drinking on their premises. By pursuing these charges, the aim is to encourage those involved to come forward with information that might otherwise remain hidden. This is especially critical in Noah's case, where the truth is elusive and there may be individuals who are reluctant to speak out. It's important to recognise that those charges are not the end of the legal process. Even if a conviction were to result from these charges, it would not trigger the double jeopardy clause, which protects against being tried for the same crime twice. In this context, the double jeopardy clause would not prevent further prosecution for more serious offences related to Noah's death. And it wouldn't prevent it, so that's good. Social hosting charges are distinct from potential charges like manslaughter, homicide, which could be pursued as the investigation continues and more evidence comes to light. So, it's like a starter. Not the be-all and end-all. And it shouldn't harm the main charges either. So there's no harm in trying it, at least. Who knows? Look at James Brenner, pulled aside because of gun charges. Brenner got in trouble first because of unrelated charges. Brenner got taken away first because of unrelated charges. And then whilst he was in Weber County Jail with time, then he was tied to the Dylan Rounds case. Then evidence came out and it was a chain reaction from there on then. The same could possibly happen with Avery as well in the Presgrove case, right? Supreme Court precedent supports this approach, allowing separate prosecutions for distinct offences arising from the same facts. This ensures that we use social hosting charges as a stepping stone to uncover the truth without legally closing the door on more serious charges. That's good to know. This petition is also about maintaining the momentum and preventing complacency. Noah's case should not be allowed to fade into a cold case forgotten as time passes. By pressing forward with these charges, we keep the case active and ensure that those who know the truth remain under scrutiny. This sustained pressure is vital not only for Noah's family, but for the broader community demanding justice and accountability. The pursuit of social hosting charges is a necessary step in our fight for justice. It's not the final step, but a critical one that will help ensure that the truth is uncovered and that justice is served. Noah's case is more than a single-handed tragedy. It will influence how criminal investigations are conducted in Oklahoma and how the laws are applied in the future. The outcome of this case will shape the future of the justice of Oklahoma communities and beyond, and it's crucial that we continue to push forward to prevent similar tragedies from befalling future generations. I encourage everyone to continue supporting the pursuit of justice for Noah and to understand that the petition is just part of a broader effort. And all that as well. We don't need to go through that because that's a bit too long. So, the fact that only recently that the likes of the aunt and the cousin Ashley Chadwick, Robin Smith, Ashley Chadwick, only now out of all this time, petition created 19th of May 2024, and it's only now, many months later, where Robin and Ashley are saying, we don't condone it, we haven't signed it, we haven't pushed it, we don't agree with it. Oh, now. Why is it only being brought up now? Why not then? The fact that Michael Fazekaz said how this petition, the link to it, was on the Justice Family Run page in the past, and then with time was deleted. Well, if it's true that Madison Rawlings, Dalen Presgrove, brother, sister, some other cousins, an uncle as well, agree with this petition, there's more that may agree with it than other family members that don't. And those that agree with it may be members of the Justice page, so they allowed it. Take in mind, I don't know how many family members run the Justice page. Does anyone know? If it was on the basis that it was just Robin Smith and Ashley Chadwick that run and moderate the Presgrove, Justice for Presgrove page, then it makes it even more strange. Because if they're the only ones there who allowed it in the first place, but then later push it back, delete it, then clearly there's been a change in behaviour, a change in direction, attitude, and maybe in the background influence of possible blackmail. But if it wasn't just those two and there was others as well, other family members who are present on the page, it could explain as to why they approved of it in the past and allowed it on Facebook, but then recently Ashley, Robin, whenever, overpowered the decision and deleted it themselves because they think it's not good. So then you got internal conflict within the Presgrove family, and it gets very messy. There is so much conflict going on. It is a Mexican standoff. Can people see that? The pattern that I wanted to highlight right now, after everything that we've seen today, the threatening message by Brooke Bounds Carter and Stevie Howard, if you have joined late, rewind back to the start. You do not want to miss a single thing of this video. But right now, for those that are still watching live, appreciate that. Those who have good attention, retention, focus, that's all good to see. The pattern, now time to reveal it, at least from what I'm aware of and what I've seen. It wasn't that long ago. Go back to August, before August 15th, a few days beforehand, you had Jan Friorillo, that member of the general public, that originally was very vocal in trying to get people to speak up, to strike a deal. You remember Jan Friorillo's offer, paying for legal fees and stuff, wanting no part within the case or acknowledgement, but just trying to be like a silent individual to help, to encourage those within the case to speak out, to reveal the truth of what really did happen. First come, first serve. Those offers posted online all over, flyers, leaflets in different communities in real life, really full on. Facebook adverts paid for by Jan's own money and whatnot. A lot put into it. Jan trying to help as much as possible and give a lot. Not everybody agreed with it, but most people did and were happy. But maybe 4, 5, 6 days before the deadline, her offer was taken down offline on Facebook, on all the pages. Just about all her offers and posts about it were taken down. And then maybe a week later of silence, she speaks out and says, well, can't really talk about it. I'm stepping away for now. I'm doing other things. Just remember that theme. Activity, proactivity, and then stepping down for now. Remember that. At the time, before she broke her silence, even though she didn't really explain much anyway, some people were thinking maybe the offer was taken down before the deadline because someone did reach out. And in terms of what Jan was saying in a limited response after, it could be interpreted that someone did take the offer and reach out. That's a chance, possibility. It's not 100% guaranteed, but you could interpret it that way. But nevertheless, Jan did step away. And even before stepping away, she did take an offer down earlier. Some people have said maybe it's not because someone took the offer, but someone threatened her or blackmailed her, and that's why she stepped back. Jan did say in the past that she has been attacked quite a lot by people within the case, just for her offer, for her adverts, her posters and all of that. So being attacked and then later taking the offer down and taking a step back, does it all tie in line with one particular theme? Maybe. What's the next thing to happen? Which order did it happen? I think it was Partners in True Crime. The next thing was Partners in True Crime. Recently, they said they're going quiet, they're going dark, taking a step back. Now, they gave a bit more reasoning, but there's a lot of evidence and new things collected and a lot of stuff in the background and people had to talk to that they can't release publicly yet. But they also want to validate certain findings, but that will take time. They've got to reach out to certain contacts, maybe LE, and do it in the background. So there's an explanation. That's good. Is it full transparency? Who knows? But they did say that they're going dark, taking a bit of a step back publicly, but they're not completely stopping. But still, it's like, as for the public area, stepping back there, just like Jan. And then recently, indirectly, you've had Justin Roy being told to step back as well. Now, maybe that happened earlier on back then, rather than later on as in right now. But still, you see the theme and pattern of these separate individual people, key people in the case, the community, publicly putting themselves out there, covering the case, making sense of it, and now each one either being told or themselves making the decision to step away. Does it all link back to being attacked by someone in the case? Because it has happened back to back. Jan Friorillo stepping back, taking offers down, going quiet. Partners in True Crime stepping back publicly, going dark. Justin Roy being ordered by certain Presgrove family members to step away and being suspended from the Facebook group. That's a lot going on in a short space of time. And just now, we've seen it with Brooke Bounds Carter saying too, You know, you push Stevie Howard, they've got stuff on Noah Presgrove's family and they wouldn't want to hear it. So that sounds like a direct threat. So depending in what order things happened in exactly, and maybe other stuff has happened as well in the past and it's only just come out now publicly, but like the threat by Brooke Bounds Carter on behalf of Stevie Howard, is that like the reason as to why Robin and Ashley Chadwick have changed in behaviour all of a sudden in how they respond to people, how they respond to Justin, what they think of him? Have they suddenly changed in behaviour? Are they also changed in behaviour of not wanting to push justice in terms of the Avery situation because they feel that if they do push hard enough and Avery does get in trouble and is taken away, the daughter taken away from Stevie Howard loses another child in a way, and then she loses it and then decides to take everyone down with her in a way? That doesn't sound too good. And even if that was the case, what skeletons do the Presgrove family have in their closets, and how much and how bad is it really? Because if it's not that bad, you shouldn't have to worry. If there's nothing in your closet, then there's no need to worry. There's not like a direct correlation to 100% prove that certain family members are scared or threatened, but just a theory at the moment. And you'll see in the title of this video, there will be a question mark for good reason. So if anyone does whinge, whine or complain, just know it's all under control. Anyway, you see the patterns there. There could be a possible link. People being threatened, blackmailed with time and then going silent. There was a time where people silenced me. If you don't know, for anyone watching and knows in the background, some months ago, 20 of my videos were falsely reported for breaking privacy violation guidelines. All 20 videos remained on my channel. YouTube did an internal check of my channel and said, I've done everything okay. I'm 100% clean, pure and innocent, right? That's basically what they said. So that's all fine there, but still there was an attempt to silence me. Some human or people tried. It didn't work. Could happen again and again and again. There were some other YouTube channels which may or may not have done some videos on the case, and people have said that they don't cover it anymore. So if they've been threatened as well, some person from Canada, who knows? But I've been threatened enough. I've received enough resistance. So it's nothing new to me. I do treat it all very serious. Even if it is childish, even if people don't take it serious, I'll still treat it serious regardless, right? You had some of it more serious threats in recent time as well on my channel, as some of you will know, but is what it is. So we'll see what happens next. It's getting deeper and deeper by the second, but it is drifting more and more away from Noah Presgrove. But it's still worth covering and documenting this because you never know. Things may disappear or be deleted, so you always need somewhere to refer back to as evidence and proof. I know all about that from the past, so just take that in mind. There are still some Noah Presgrove videos to do in between, focused ones, but this is breaking news, so it needs to be covered first. So I appreciate your patience. Thanks for watching. Another long video, and yeah, goodbye for now.